we
What do
agree
you
to
want to do,
debate on your
nigga?
position
You the
on
one
moral
who
realism?
proposed the debate.
Do you want to debate on moral realism? Yes or no?
Sure, we can debate on moral realism.
Okay, what's your argument for moral realism?
I think it's more plausible.
So why is it the case that it'd be more plausible given your perspective evidence for moral realism being true or retarded?
No, I'm saying moral realism is more plausible. That's what I'm saying.
How is it evidence for moral realism being true?
Yeah, so you're just not tracking. I said moral realism is more plausible.
Do you understand what it means to be a moral realist?
Do you understand?
What it means to be a moral realist is to believe the claim that it is true that there stands independent moral facts. So do you have any justification for said belief?
I guess I can give justification for said belief. I
Which
guess
I've been
I could
asking
look
for
at
the
moral
entire time, you dumb
convergence, intuitions. All of these things upgrade my justification in my belief.
What type of intuitions are you talking about?
I'm talking about intuition in regards to moral convergence and progression of
whose intuitions?
Societies or moral agents.
So what about societal intuitions about there being moral convergence?
Moral agents.
Moral agents?
It's just given this particular
could you prove majority of society intuits that moral realism is true?
Okay, stop over talking me, you dumbass retard.
Could you prove that the majority of
given the
society
priors,
intuits
right, I can just update my justification, my belief, given this particular priors, right?
So could you prove that the majority
are you making the claim that what I'm saying is impossible? Okay, then there's this chance of it happening. That establishes some sort of
asking for justification.
Okay, well, I've already gave it to you, right? I just shoved it in front of your face, and what are you gonna do?
That just was horrible. That was a horrible articulation.
Okay. So it's not gonna track it. I'll just repeat it one more time for the retard.
Anyways.
So when you update the plausibility of something, right, you're using the priors, right? The prior information at this particular current moment, right? Now I'm using this particular thing, given this particular concept, which you accept the fact my position is possible.
How is it the case?
The justification for it being true.
How is that the case?
Right? We're inherently saying that there's a chance there. Given the fact that we have
that something is a chance does not establish it being correct.
Okay.
Just
so listen,
something is possible does not mean it is correct.
I'm going to keep going on. So given that we have this data, I am justified.
Establish how is the case that intuitions favor moral realism. How does it favor moral realism? How does it favor moral realism? How does it favor moral realism? How do the intuitions of society favor moral realism?
Okay, so what's your
You made the claim that it is true that moral realism is the case. I asked for the justification. You said specifically, you stated what you're telling me here is intuitions favor moral realism. How is that the case?
Can you do that? Can you do that?
Are they answer my question now?
Say no, and they try to press me. You're
wasting our time, bro. So you said specifically that intuitions in society favors the position of moral realism and convergence. I'm asking you, what is the justification for this claim? Why are you asking me if I believe something to be impossible and I'm asking you for evidence for your claim? Give the evidence. Stop wasting our fucking time.
Wait, so would you be fine with concluding if you don't think I have given the evidence or given justification? Sorry.
Wait, before you even say that you've given the evidence, we're going to ask other people in the voice.
I've given the justification.
SpongeBob, did you hear? Shut the fuck up, retard. Shut up. Stop talking. Haram SpongeBob, did you hear this guy give any evidence for the claim that societal intuitions favors moral realism as it pertains to moral convergence? And if so, what was the evidence?
If you mean empirics, yes, he didn't give empirics.
Yeah, what are the empirics? Where are the empirics?
He didn't give empirics.
I'm asking you, where are the empirics?
Well, he didn't give empirics. Why are you asking me where they are?
Oh, so I thought they said he did give empirics. Okay, did you hear any other sort of evidence for the claim he made?
No, not really. He just repeated the claim.
So I wonder if this guy's gonna now say, because what I think is happening here is a situation where he makes a claim, he refuses to give evidence, and then runs away by saying something like, "Oh, we can just check the recording. It's on the recording." Even though he knows for a fact that shit is not on the record because he wanted to run away from the fucking conversation and the fact that he made a claim which he cannot prove, by the way. So no one heard. Right? You give any sort of evidence for that claim. So I'm going to give you one more chance. What is the evidence for the claim that societal intuitions favors moral realism? What's this?
It's associated in theory with the justification, and I correlated it back to the argument. So, if you didn't understand that, then it's fine. But I can just give you
the evidence for the claim.
Some sort of citation, right? the most moral realist would use and stuff like that on like convergence and stuff like that. You can give your particular contention.
How is it the case that most moral realists use convergence evidence for intuition?
Getting ragged on
favors moral realism.
Getting ragged.
You New York City rats. How is that evidence for the claim?
Okay.
How is it the case that most moral realists believe in that convergence is the type of thing which favors moral realism? Evidence for it being the case that intuition favors moral realism.
Oh my god, you're not understanding.
You're not gonna answer my question, retard.
You're not understanding the argument. So my position
just specifically said that given the citation of most moral realists appealing to convergence, this would be traumatic for the implication.
Anti-realism, right? So I propose things that we have a better explanation for. Which is just like the theories of like moral convergence and stuff like that, and progression, stuff like that. The anti-realists cannot account for at the current moment. So I'm using this particular set of
convergence than moral anti-realism
happening, which already establishes the likelihood to say that I'm more justified in this particular belief. What's the name?
That's the claim. So we're gonna ask you again. Why is the case that moral convergence is explained by moral realism?
List out the conditions.
No, you're not explaining. Just yapping right now. What's the justification for that claim?
You're stupid.
You're stupid. You're stupid. That's not an argument, retard. Now, explain to me how is it the case that moral realism is a better explanation for convergence than moral anti-realism? What's the justification for that claim?
So I'll just go to IEP. Yeah, so you got me going off here. Let me go to the IEP on this.
You're going to go on IEP because you can't even repeat anything word for word.
No,
or rather, more specifically, you don't even have any ideas on top of your fucking head. You have to be Googling shit because you have no argument, you dumb fuck loser.
I'm going to send you the papers on
idiotic moron. Holy fucking shit. So anyways, give me the argument real quickly. Give me the argument.
For which particular claim?
See, you forgot the claim because you're fucking stupid. The claim specifically,
claim?
You stated the claim I just called into question. The claim I just called question.
The claim. Do you even know what you called into question?
Oh, you forgot the claim. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah, shut the fuck up. The claim I just called into question a while ago.
Why are you laughing?
Why are you laughing?
It's okay.
Why are you laughing? You forgot your own claim. What are you talking about? Which claim did I call into question a while ago?
You don't even know what you're calling into question.
Which claim did I call into question a while ago?
Do you even know what you called into question? Do you even know what you call it?
I ask you specifically, what's the justification for claim XYZ? What was XYZ?
Oh, well, what was XYZ? You don't even remember, nigga. You're trying to buy time. You're trying to buy time.
I know for a fact you don't remember the fucking claim, and that's my question by asking me which claim did I call into question because you haven't been tracking the conversation the entire time. So I'm asking you, which claim did I call into question?
In relation to
you can't even repeat the claim. Yeah, shut the fuck up. So anyways, I'm going to see if whatever we're going to post right now is going to prove the claim that I called into question. Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Yo, ChatGPT is a great app. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a great app. Okay, so overview. Okay, so many philosophers. Okay, so here, so many philosophers argue that our moral judgments arise from immediate, pre-reflective intuitions, gut reactions that guide our right and wrong, our senses of right and wrong. These intuitions are thought to be shaped by our history.
So you forgot the claim. So none of this proves the thing I called into question. By the way, just to be clear,
historical, theoretical backgrounds. People
irrelevant to the question.
Oh my God!
Did not even address the claim I called into question. That does not address the question and the claim that you make.
About harm
that does not justify the claim I called into question.
How they relate.
That does not justify the claim I called into question. Want to try again?
They talk about the universal concerns for harm and fairness, even when ethical.
Stop yapping, moron. Explain to me how any of this justifies the claim I called into question.
Extreme harm and unjust treatment.
Claim did I call into question?
Common moral ground. Evolutionary
claim did I call into question official? What claim did I call into question?
Group survival. This common.
Stop yapping, retard.
Why
many societies? What claim did I call into question?
Norms. Right?
No one asked about moral philosophers and their view on where we get the intuitions from. I'm asking you, what is the justification for the claim that I called into question? Now, do you remember the question and the claim I asked evidence for?
Which is just,
do you remember? Don't say I'm confused when you don't even remember my own question, you fucking idiot.
Right?
So anyways, what was the claim I called into question? So what was the claim I called into question? Tell me, what's the claim?
Right, my whole position was just that it's more
possible. What was the claim? What was the claim, official? Official, lock in, retard.
Right,
what was the
provide explanation and and an account for our actions over time and stuff like that. They don't.
That's not the claim, retard. So first and foremost, what you did was establish that most, if not many, philosophers believes in moral realism and believes that the intuitions we have about moral judgment generates from pre-reflective judgment. Now
right?
that is irrelevant, retard.
Right.
The
Changes
claim
in
that I'm
every
talking
point
about
of it.
specifically is
So
you
I'm just
saying
talking
you
about
made the
how
claim.
we
You made
have
an
this
abductive
particular
claim.
set of
You
information,
made an abductive
right?
claim, did you
That is
not?
associated with this
You
particular
made an
thing, and I'm
abductive claim.
using
So
that,
what's the abductive argument?
right?
What is
Using
the
that as
abductive
basis
argument?
of arguments and stuff like that
You
to
made
support my
official,
particular conclusion.
shut the fuck up. Stop
Okay,
talking,
so
retard.
now can you
You
provide an
stated you made an
explanation for it?
abductive claim. You made an abductive claim. Every single debater today is so trash. You guys are trash. You guys can't debate properly. You guys just yap, avoid questions because you guys can't think properly. You guys can track conversations properly. You made an abductive claim, by the way, which the current data you appeal to is not even relevant towards. You stated that insofar as which possession favors the IBE or satisfies the IBE standard, that would be more realism. And IBE, by the way, just to establish what that is because you're unaware of it, is inference to the best explanation. You believe moral realism is a better explanation for the given data of moral convergence over moral anti-realism. That's an abductive claim. So establish to me which abductive virtues would moral realism win on for it to be the case that moral realism as a theory is abductively superior to moral anti-realism. That's all I'm asking for, retard.
Yeah, okay, that's what we're talking. I already pointed out particular things that they can't explain, right? That was already given. But like,
why is it the case that more anti-realism cannot explain the same thing?
Yeah, given the current information, it's not explained. So that updated. I used it.
Why is it the case that it's logically impossible given the current information for it to explain that?
Argument being given. That's not the argument being given.
They said they cannot explain it. Why is it impossible?
At the moment, they're not able to.
Why is it the case that at the moment they're unable to explain it, retard?
I mean, we would have seen like the paper's arguments proving it. Like it wouldn't be contentious still.
How do the papers and arguments prove the claim that it is impossible for a moral anti-realist to explain the data currently?
Widely discussed topic. If they had some sort of,
are going to actually respond to my questions? Are going to keep
the comment? Oh my god! Oh my god! The comment.
The comments you're making are trash and retarded. No, just my particular like imbecile nigger. How is it the case? How is it the case that given the current moment, a moral anti-realist is unable to explain the data?
Anti-realism at the current moment completely destroys moral realism.
That's a switch of the burden, dumb fuck. Explain to me how it is impossible.
That contradicts your initial.
You're making the claim that a moral anti-realist cannot explain the data at the current moment. What is the justification? What is the justification? No, retard. Someone repeats what you stated word for it is them understanding their point.
Right? You don't understand these particular concepts. They're actually very simple.
So anyways, explain to me how it is the case. You're not going to explain the current data.
You're not going to address the burdens I put on you.
You're not going to stop saying that I'm not tracking and actually give an argument.
Address the burdens I put on you, Apollo.
I just did. You made the claim that the moral anti-realist cannot explain the current data at the current moment. What
are you going to address the burden?
Me asking for the justification is me addressing your claim directly. Me asking for the justification is me addressing your claim directly.
Over time, this seems to be in line with maximizing the well-being of others, right? And just moral progression intuitions. So go ahead.
So you're not addressing my question.
Okay, so you're just not going to engage with the substance. Do you?
Retard. You made the claim that a moral anti-realist cannot. It is impossible at the current moment for a moral anti-realist to explain the current data. Now, you either mean a couple of things. Either one, it is practically impossible. That means it is in practice impossible. Or two, it is epistemically impossible. Or three, it is logically impossible. How is it the case under any of these given scopes of modality would it be impossible for a moral anti-realist to explain the data you've been appealing to in this conversation? Stop dodging my question. Stop appealing to the overused, washed, journal track and rhetorical jab and address my fucking question over on stale and air, retard.
Do you want to conclude if you feel like I haven't like justified anything? Like I think are you?
I can
confused?
Just ask the beast what's the justification.
Do you think somebody makes a negative claim if I just
let's
don't?
Ask the beast. Let's ask the beast. Hold on for a second. Since you're claiming that there's justification on the recording, since you want to run away, what you want to do right now is do this weird antics where it's like, oh, if it feels as if I haven't justified my point, let's move on because I'm getting blown to this point so badly. I don't understand this point. You're just doing this because you don't want to continue to get exposed for not having evidence on this point, so you want to run away. So let's ask the beast if anyone here heard any sort of justification for the claim that a moral anti-realist is unable to explain the current data, given the current moment or the specific information available. So, Kate, you can type in chat, or any of you guys can type in chat. Did any of you guys in the voice call, whether it's Ken the Goat or Venom or Haram SpongeBob or Kay or Kane, have any of you guys heard any sort of justification for the claim that a moral anti-realist is unable to explain the data? Anyone? I mean, no one is stepping up and saying, yeah, they heard the justification. Haram, did you hear the justification for that claim?
No.
Okay. That's one. Phantom, did you hear the justification? Kay said no. Kay is a very competent debater. He said no. No one heard the fucking justification. Okay? So, since no one in the VC heard the justification for your claim that a moral anti-realist is unable to explain the current data, given the current moments or whatever you want to say, I'm going to give you one more chance. Give the justification and stop lying about you justification.
Okay, so with the current information, so with the current information available comparatively right now, right? We don't see an explanation. That's what I'm using to update my particular degree.
So you're saying because you don't see an explanation, that means you cannot explain the data.
I literally said that. Okay, can you provide a comparative
stupid
for this particular thing?
You're like the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever debated. So you're making the claim that it follows from being the case that you don't see an explanation, that they cannot explain it.
It's not an inductive argument.
Yes, it is an inductive argument.
No, plausibility is not inductive.
An inductive argument is any given argument in philosophy which involves
oh my God, James,
which attempts to give the best explanation.
You are retarded. You are retarded. This is not induction. Where's the inductive claim?
I didn't say it's induction. What are you talking about?
Wait, you just said that it's induction. Okay, it's not abduction either.
It's an abduction. That's an inductive argument.
Because I'm not trying to establish something.
You're making a probabilistic argument.
Why is it abductive? Give the argument.
Probabilistic arguments.
It's not probabilistic argument
or abductive argument.
You're stupid.
It is. You said that the reason for more
plausibility is not indexed to probability. You just don't understand what the term means.
Would be the inductive argument. An abductive argument. And the argument in the strategy which involves a case scenario where you're saying that something is true, given
prior information,
that explains the given data. You're making the claim here. You're making the claim that the moral anti-realist position does not have explanatory power, which would be shut the fuck up, you disgusting retard. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, just yapping. Okay? Now, you stated specifically that the moral anti-realist position lacks what is called explanatory power, right? Which, by the way, is a feature and virtue of inductive logic and argumentation, you dumb fucking loser. You saying they cannot explain something is linguistically identical to you saying that they do not have explanatory power. And you stated in response to my question for the justification for why your position is true, that it explains the data better than the moral anti-realist position. An inductive argument, by definition, is any given argument which appeals to the explanatory quality or the virtue of a given thing or theory to justify the theory or the perspective. So what are you talking about? You don't even know what an inductive argument is.
Yeah, so you're just stupid. Information and knowledge aren't the same thing. And that's directly correlated to my argument. But yeah, we can conclude it.
That's relevant to my point.
No, it's directly
relevant. Or you're studying more on. Look, I want to make this point that an inductive argument would satisfy the conditions.
No, I'm just saying, given the current information,
Stop stuttering. Stop stuttering. I'll be nervous, monkey.
You don't respond to the burden, right? So I'm just updating my degree.
What are you even saying, dog? You sound so confused.
Using this justification.
Oh shit, you're so embarrassing. So anyways, are you going to concede this given the inductive argument, given the definition?
No, you're just not tracking. Do you want to conclude?
Saying that I'm not tracking is not a response, by the way.
It is. Are you ready to conclude?
How is saying that someone is not tracking a refutation towards a point?
I said a response isn't a refutation.
A response to the concept of a dialectical discourse is a refutation or something.
A response to the concept of a discourse. No. Like,
refutation?
Oh my God, not in all cases.
That's another concept.
What's the P and not P, Apollo? Go ahead. P and not P, where?
Not P and what specifically?
P and not P, where?
When did I make the claim there's a contradiction?
Okay, so yeah, we could have a debate, and I reference the fucking notion differently than what you just referenced.
Stutter retard. So when did I make the claim that you cannot have a debate where someone give non-points to the conversation?
Oh, it's almost like terms have multiple definitions.
So you just went to the point which is relevant to my claim and
applied regardless of
so you went to the point which is irrelevant and redundant to my critique towards your claim.
Okay, we're just making sure that we got that
stupid is also not a response to my argument, by the way.
So more yap.
You're saying more yap as you proceed to yap the entire time because
of the actual argument. So yeah, that's crazy. So are you able to explain this?
Are you able to say something about stuttering retard?
All potential cases are making attempts to have what's name?
I thought you'd good English retard. What's going on? I'm far more fluent than you are. Far more composed. Far more.
Okay, you didn't understand which
moron. You didn't understand the fucking moron. So again, answer my question. How is it the case that the deductive argument would not be something which corresponds to the argument you've given the fact that you've appealed to extensive virtues? How would this be the case?
Yeah, okay, so when you're using Jane's theory of plausibility, it's not a reference to induction analytically. And I use the specific conditions they use. Right, yes, I use the conditions they use, right? To upgrade, upgrade my degree of certainty, similar to like a Jane's approach, right? Now, a base approach, when you're doing that, sometimes they can
not induction. Theoretical plausibility, by the way, would be
you're having these two different attempts, which are affirming two different things.
Theoretical plausibility.
Denying against all potential other testing and stuff like that.
You don't even know the name. You don't even know the name, moron. You don't even know the name. Shut the fuck up, moron. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Theoretical plausibility is a feature of an inductive argument.
Are you done?
You can't say I'm not tracking when you're like, oh, what's the name? What's the name? What's the name again? You forgot the name of your own terminology mid-sentence, and you're going to say to me that I'm not tracking the conversation. Stop pulling me. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, back to my point. How is it the case that theoretical plausibility-based arguments? How is it the case that theoretical plausibility-based arguments would not be abductive? How would that be non-abductive?
I've already explained why my argument's not abductive.
No, you didn't. You just said it's not an inductive argument. It not being an inductive argument does not satisfy it not being an inductive argument.
This particular argument.
It doesn't follow from something being a non-inductive argument that it's also not an inductive argument.
You're stupid. So an argument is just lines of reason.
Saying I'm stupid is just another ad hom instead of just towards my argument.
I did give an inductive argument somewhere within the debate where you got like fucking ragdolled.
Yeah, so you notice how nothing you're saying here is addressing my question because it's so retarded. So look, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try this one more time. Is it the case that you deny the claim that theoretical plausibility or expensive power is an inductive virtue? Yes or no?
But like given like the
notice how you're not addressing my question with a yes or no because you cannot answer the question?
No, I did answer the question. You just didn't track it.
With a yes or no?
Like you can say like, oh, official.
With a yes or no?
Answer the question.
With a yes or no?
I can't understand, Apollo.
Oh, shut the fuck up. So I asked you specifically, how is it the case? It is the case specifically in this context.
How is it the case? Is the case?
Or rather, do we believe that theoretical plausibility is not a feature of an abductive argument? Do you not believe this?
Oh my god! Do you just want to give the argument for moral anti-realism?
Oh my god! So can you give the argument for moral anti-realism? Answer me official. Stop being nervous. Stop being scared. Stop panicking.
Okay, so is moral anti-realism?
Is that the response to my question?
Then
is it the case that theoretical plausibility is a feature of abductive arguments? Yes or no?
You can give the argument.
Done not. So you're going to ask me for an argument when I'm asking you a question?
So you defining as empirical.
Is this your new evasive tactics?
What's empirical plausibility? Now we can get somewhere. What's empirical plausibility?
You're asking about theoretical plausibility, yes? Sorry.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Why is my definition relevant? You're the one who employed the terminology originally. Look at me. My name is official. And I think when I mock someone's voice, I'm being so rhetorical. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You're not being rhetorical. Okay, so no one's going to be convinced by your low-IQ rhetorical strategies, okay? So the more you mock me, is the more you're going to seem more immature and less knowledgeable and less rhetorical.
Okay, so just like what is it more justification? Right? I can just critique the quality.
How is it the case?
Okay, so how does it work? Okay, give me an example of how it applies.
Would not be an abductive virtue.
Explain how my thing applies and has
explain to me.
So that just upgrades my degree of plausibility of my thing being better than yours comparatively.
Yeah, not just my question. So again, how is it the case?
Okay, so yeah, do you want to conclude?
I can conclude easily.
The case that you want to conclude. Okay, so I'm going to give my conclusions and then I'm going to leave. All right, so my conclusion is basically...
Ladies first.
Okay, my conclusion is basically you're not seeming to follow it. I'm not making an abduction at the current moment, right? With that particular argument, early in the conversation we did reference about chances, probability, and induction. That's where you got confused at, like I explained multiple times. I then brought up like comparatively, and then you tried to bring up like the whole example with your definition and stuff like that. You couldn't provide any sort of like qualitative reasoning or plausibility for that particular thing. Not saying that you need to justify the particular definition, but you're not really explaining if it's the case this thing has a chance if being used of being true. You never really explained that within the debate, but I already had evidence, information, and stuff like that with that, given the examples and stuff like that, and the things I had listed earlier, and then you accepting my earlier point about the chance. So we already have some sort of like we already have like prima facie justification, and we have a justification across these multiple different systems, right? Which always strongly leads to the position that moral realism is compared but comparatively the more plausible thing under these particular semantics to yours at in context of the debate or whatever. But yeah, so we got
just gonna
ragged up.
highlight. Done speaking? Yeah, just gonna highlight a couple of the dumb fucks like stutters and shit. So within the debate, the particular definition. Yeah, it's just funny how this guy started the conversation by talking about English skills and just far more fluent, far more eloquent, far more articulate. It's actually really crazy. Just to get down to the actual substance of the conversation, he stated specifically that it is the case that justification for moral realism is moral convergence and intuitions. I've asked him specifically, how is it the case that intuitions favor realism? He has not justified that claim. He appealed to philosophers believing that what basic moral judgments, being pre-reflective judgments, or pre-reflective intuitions, is some sort of justification for the intuitional aspect of his argument. He has not justified that claim. And also, he stated that it is the case that moral realism explains moral convergence, and moral anti-realism cannot explain moral convergence. I've asked him, what's the justification for moral anti-realism being unable to explain moral convergence? He then said that he's saying that at the current moment, they are unable to explain it. I said, okay, how is it the case that under any modal scope possible, whether it's epistemic possibility or logical possibility or practical possibility, how is it the case that under any of these given scopes of possibility would it be the case that the moral anti-realist cannot explain the data proficiently or just as much as the moral realist? He did not justify this claim. He failed to show any contradiction in the moral anti-realist being able to explain this. He modified this claim from saying they cannot explain this to him just not seeing an explanation from the moral anti-realist of the data, which are two different claims, by the way. So he tried to make the inference from, oh, I don't see an explanation from the moral anti-realist position, to they cannot explain it, which is a logical non-sequitur. I pointed out that was a non-sequitur is unable to respond to this. He has not even addressed that specific point of the conversation also. And then he made another claim, another retarded, mentally and intellectually impoverished fucking claim. He said, oh, the argument he was given was not an abductive argument. Then he continuously emphasized that he did not give an inductive argument, which I never made the claim that's given an inductive argument. I said it was given an inductive argument, which he was by definition, considering that he would appeal into expensive virtues like theoretical plausibility, for example, to justify his claim, which would be an abductive argument. And he specifically said that given the power differences between moral realism and anti-realism favoring moral realism, it would be the case that his position is true. That is an abductive argument because he's appealing to what is called explanatory virtues or abductive virtues to justify his position. And the two abductive virtues that he appealed to, by the way, were explanatory power and theoretical plausibility. So he was lost in the conversation, got destroyed and eviscerated on the substance. And let's not even talk about the rhetoric, because this guy's like a speech impediment. He's like really bad at speaking. He's getting rhetorically blown apart by a guy who's fasting right now with a dry throat, who hasn't drank any water since morning. That's actually so embarrassing. Okay, so anyways, that's my conclusion. So there's nothing more embarrassing than trying to say that someone is a stutter when you're stuttering more than the guy who was fasting, bro. That's so embarrassing. But that's conclusion really. Yeah, I'm gonna end the recording now. And Haram SpongeBob was already recording, so yeah, GG's. This guy's trash as fuck.
But I have a
That was a good debate, bro.
Oh, you're terrible, bro. Holy shit.
I have a question.
Your
That's
ass.
saved.
You lost.
God damn it.
Fun.